Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm going to be focusing on the Liberian experiment and the attempted erasure of the indigenous of this land. And before I get into that, I want to thank all of you that are part of our tribe, lotusofjudah 1111 Ministry International. Thanks for also those of you that have contributed through supporting us. I could not have done it without you all. And furthermore, any blessing that you give to me, I pray that it's returned to you 100-fold. So
everywhere I go, beauty finds its way in the little things of every day. A fleeting smile, the endless blue. Life feels better.
Today, as we step into this revelation, all right, I'm going to get more so into the spiritual, scientific message and insight in regarding to our biblical remembrance, because a lot of people are beginning to remember that we are not only the children of the Most High God, Yah, but our identity was potentially a destiny swap. Okay, they wanted us to forget who we are, that we are the indigenous to the Americas, including all lands, and how we have endured not only identity theft, cultural extraction, and also forced migrations, and a lot of engineered forgetfulness. It has been a concerted effort to miseducate us and to make us feel and think that we are of nothing when actually we are of everything. And so the Liberian experiment that was started in the 19th century, this was a project where those that were formerly enslaved were sent to West Africa, and this served as a spiritual symbol of a much older pattern. This is about systematic dislocation of people from a land where they built civilizations, where they cultivated knowledge and also carried divine memory. And recently I watched some of what happened in Hurricane Katrina, and what kept coming to my mind was the Trail of Tears, and how many people in Louisiana, they hold true to their tribes. They honor their tribes, especially when they celebrate Mardi Gras, okay? And that is a thorn in a lot of people's side, because they want us to not remember that we are the indigenous, we are the Indians, and they wanted to basically displace these people. And it definitely reminded me of the Trail of Tears, or the Great Migration. And so it's not a coincidence that that came and that resonated with my spirit. And so give me just a second. So the Spirit of Yah is saying today, these experiments cannot erase your bloodline. So there's a prophetic pattern, attempt to remove people from their land. And I'm going to get into the biblical foundation for this message for resonance purpose. Deuteronomy 32:8, which says, He set the boundaries of the people. Also Acts 17:26, He determined their appointed time and their boundaries of their habitation. So these particular scriptures reveal that God, Yah, has established people belonging to our own geography, our own spirituality and culture. But throughout history, empires have attempted to not only relocate, get us to assimilate, get us to reclassify and rename ourselves. And this was a part of providing a level of confusion so that we remain severed and disconnected from who we are as a people, who we are as a culture, and so that we miss out on our divine purpose. This is nothing new. This was done in Babylon. This was also done in Rome. But in these modern times, these colonial powers that are operating off of pseudoscience, they are no longer able to hide their rewritten maps. They're no longer able to get us confused by these false genetic tests. We see through the truth, and many of us that had the fortunate experience of sitting at the knee and the feet of our elders, we were told the truth for a reason. The Liberian experiment is a metaphor for us being displaced, not only spiritually, but also psychologically. And so scientifically, a manifestation of all of this is cultural amnesia, identity fragmentation, collective disassociation, forced assimilation, and association with oppressors. All right. And so from a cultural standpoint, this social reclassification, the Bible calls this renaming, and this is also echoed biblically in Daniel 1:7, which says, and they gave them new names. Okay, remember when Daniel, when he was taken from his homeland, Babylon renamed them to erase their covenant identity. So too did colonization. They wanted to rename the indigenous people of the Americas. We were once known as the Eastern Indians. Think about it. Those Caribbeans are called the West Indies. And so when they try to get us to systematically recategorize ourselves, for instance, they want us to be called colored, they want us to be called AA, they wanted us to be called black, and all these things. All of these things, they even want us to call ourselves the freedmen. All these things was to erase our tribal classifications in our ancient nations before pre-colonial identities. And so we, as the children of Yah, those that are Eastern Indians, those that are of the Americas, we have a profound spiritual archetype, not a literal one. We have indigenous ties to this land, so they look at us in a certain way. We have roots that are something that cannot be erased, and it is passed down in our maternal lines. And those of us that are fortunate to take a hold of this and embrace this through even herbal remedies, through the things that we're given through Holy Spirit, okay, us being communal, or us being spiritually connected, this echoes the biblical east. Okay, according to Genesis 2:8, Yah planted a garden toward the east, and there he placed the man. So the east symbolizes not only origin, it symbolizes wisdom and wealth, the divine memory, first light. All right, so the Eastern Indians, representing those so-called African Americans, okay, we are a spiritual archetype that carries an ancient light. And the identity theft that they tried against us, it was a level of spiritual warfare, but all praises to the Most High, we have reclaimed that. The greatest battle we have overcome, and that was reclaiming ourselves. And I want to draw a little bit of comparison when it comes to the biblical parallels of Jacob versus Esau, because this was a struggle for birthright. Israel versus Kemet or Egypt, which is about a struggle of self-definition. Also Christ versus Rome, which is about a struggle for narrative control. And so the attempted erasure of indigenous people in the Americas is another form of warfare when it comes to our narrative, when it comes to our welfare, when it comes to us on a worldwide scale. Science confirms that we are the group that was forcibly not only reclassified, relocated, but they tried to erase our very lineage. And so what many people are suffering with is a level of epigenetic stress, identity confusion. People are identifying with colonizers. We are actually overcoming DNA imprintation from the things that we've experienced. But the Most High Yah is restoring what the demonic individuals and entities attempted to erase. And so in regarding to our prophetic restoration, there's a return of lost memory in people like myself. Isaiah 61:4 says, they shall rebuild ancient ruins and restore the places long devastated. Also Jeremiah 6:16 says, stand in the ways and ask for the ancient past. So children of the Most High Yah, you're not lost. Your history is not stolen. Your land is connection to you. Your divine memory is coming back to awareness, because it's time for change to happen. You are the change. Me sharing this is the change starting. And although from a scientific standpoint, this looks like genetic reprogramming, epigenetic inheritance, also ancestral retention, the Bible calls this covenant remembrance. Remembering your heritage, also the testimony in your bloodline. And so these things that they try to hide can no longer be hidden. According to Psalm 78:5, it says, he established a testimony in Jacob. Your DNA carries a testimony. The Most High is asking for you to live in your truth, speak your tribes, and live according to your divine will, because you're being blessed in your own lands. Until next time, Shalom, Selah, Ashe.